Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another CS2 news video. Today, I want to talk about the more transfers we had in the past week. But before we get into that, I would just want to make sure everyone likes and subscribes on the video. I'd really appreciate it to make my day. But yeah, let's get right into it. So, before we talk about some transfers, I do want to talk about the changes we have with the game and kind of some more up and coming things. Now, if we are not aware, we have the Blast Bounty Season 1 coming up very shortly. It's just a big kind of bracket-sided tournament, but a big change, two big changes, I guess, not really a change, but the first change is that we're having Terrain replace Vertigo in the map pool for this. This is the first official event, and it will probably last till the end of the season, and it'll keep going. Terrain will probably be in there for a while. And also Imperial FE, the female Imperial team. They've been doing very well this year. They are playing in Blast Bounty, and they also got an invite to Katowice plans. So we'll see how they do, but they've been doing good, and I'm excited to see a women's team play because I haven't really been watching any women's CS. But it's exciting to see, changes in the scene. But yeah, um, let's get into that real quick. Let's get into the transfer. So when we last talked, we had the G2 to Nico Falcons transfer. We didn't have a lot of stuff happen for a little bit. Lux left Pain to Legacy, which I thought was a really big surprise. They had a really good run in the major, and kind of splitting that team up, I think, just sets them back. And is what it is. Pain kind of, I guess, so we'll see how they do, but I don't really like the move. Idrix parts ways with Saw, which again, not a very big deal, but he was very good this year in Katowice against FaZe, so we'll see how they do. Now, Falcons has picked up the heroic trio of Kizian, Dexter, Tessus. That now makes them Nico, Magix, and then those three. They get to keep also, like, they get to keep all the heroic Valve points, all the heroic rankings, like the grandfather in that. So that's kind of BS in my opinion, because it's under a new team organization. But it's the same players, same, somewhat same team, same core. So one could argue for that. But I think if you're moving teams, you kind of should. Well, maybe I'll change my opinion on that. It's still, I think it's a decent move, but I don't really agree with how ranking advice like is, and well, that's a different topic for a different day. I'm rambling, sorry. Um, and in other news, so M80, Rek has broken a leg, which means he cannot fly, he cannot, do anything for an unknown amount of time. He might be in back for a time for Pro League, which is in like 4 months, 3 months. It's up and like it's not soon. But as we wait for that, Keto will be replacing him in the lineup. Nertz has officially joined Liquid. I know we talked about that earlier in my last video, and that's again, a big deal. Again, I don't know how that's going to work out with Liquid because they have four very passive people now, JKS, Twist, Naf, and Nertz. Twist kind of being the odd one out, but he's taken more of a passive role because he is IGLing now. So we'll see how that works out, but I'm excited to see how that works. And yeah, that's me being a Liquid fan. I'm happy about. Knock was benched on Fnatic. He was there for a while. That's we don't know where he'll go, but that's pretty decently big news. Volt is benched on Gamer Legion, and then they brought in PR to replace him from Mouse NXT, who has brought up a lot of very great young talent. So I'm excited to see even more people coming out of Mouse NXT, which is their farm team. But big news. We got a bit of a Brazilian kind of mix up here. The coach of MLBR, Knock, is now replaced by Bit, not the Bit that is on it, Navi. Sorry, I'm getting my teams mixed up here. So don't be too worried. Rez also, who has been on NIP for years, since 2017. He was with Forest, honestly, or actually, the last link on NIP to be with that legendary squad is now gone to Gamer Legion. And they still have their core three lineup, so they're not going to lose any Valve points. But they made to the major, so I mean that's all you can ask for a team like them. But we'll see how they do now that Rez is on like a different team, and he's not kind of held back. I think he's going to be a lot better on Gamer Legion. Nick and CXZI joined Complexity after the departure of Liege and Floppy, um, which is this is all Complexity does is they pick up these tier 2, tier 3 players from NA and they make them better players. So we'll see how that goes. Again, there's nothing to really comment on that. No one really knows anything about them. Very, very big news though, as you can see, Spinx has been benched on Vitality, which I will want to talk about later. I just kind of want to talk about where he could go, which isn't a lot of places. But you know, not a lot to do. Sun Pius has joined Heroic, and it is also not on here, but Nilo joins as well. I don't think he's officially joined yet, but he will be joining. Oh, yes, he has joined. And then the Single trio, LNZ, X-Cloud, and Youngster. Actually, I think I could look for it here. Um, Never mind. Nilo, it was rumored Nilo was joining. My apologies. T and 1R joins instead of him, and then LNZ, X-Cloud, and Youngster are now a part of Heroic. And Heroic didn't have a team for like 2 days, which was kind of a little scary, but you know, they now have a team, and that's what matters. Um, Burlamov went to Fnatic again from Mouse NXT, so we'll see how that does. I again, everyone that comes out of that team, I honestly believe will be some of the best players. You have like pretty much the whole Mouse team right now is on that team, and they are top five in the world. They made great runs. Boomage and Cloud9 went to Bet Boom after the departure of Nafany, and I forgot the last one. I want to say it was ah man, who was their last player? I forget, but he left also as well, Bet Boom. So Axile and Boomage have been put in to replace him from Cloud9, who hasn't. I mean, their team they don't have a lot of news. The only player left is Inters, and he could leave. So Cloud9 might be out of CS again. We'll see. But I'm sure we'll see some transfers coming in the next month. Um, Davidius joined. He left for Red Canada's to join Pain. And also Hyped and Kiwubi were brought in from Big. Again, not really big transfers here, no pun intended. But I love Big. They're a great team, so I want to see them do well and succeed. Now, also we have the big three transfers up here. Elige confirmed to FaZe, which is now opened up, or I guess Rops confirmed to Vitality, and Elige are to FaZe official. Both of these happened like within an hour of each other officially, but big news. So just before I touch on the Heavy God transfer, I want to talk about FaZe. They are probably going to be really hot coming out of the gate. Um, Alicia's really carried almost everyone he's played with throughout his career, except maybe for the iteration of Liquid where they won um, the Intel Grand Slam. But he has played phenomenal. I mean, 1.29 rating. He has a KD. I don't know. It doesn't show it on here, but he has a very, very big KD. Maybe I can get it right here. Nope. Oh, here we go. Yes, his KD. Yes. Um, his kill per rounds is 0.75. His KD is 1.10, which is very, very good. I mean, that's unbelievable. But again, I think they're going to be really hot out of the gate, and Kerrigan always does really, really well. We saw the same thing happen with Twist, so we'll see what happens here. Rob's showing Vitality. I think it's going to take a while for him to kind of settle in and get the team ready. You have two kind of big superstars on that team, being Zywoo and now Rops. So I don't know how those two personalities are going to clash. I think Rops and Zywoo are very quiet in general, so I don't think it really matters. But we'll see. I think they're going to be kind of slow coming out of the gate. But Heavy God has also left Cloud9. It is rumored that he's going to G2, but it is not confirmed. I don't know where he could go other than G2 though, so it probably will be G2. Now, um, that's kind of all the transfer list. I do want to talk about Spinx because it is very interesting. As you can kind of see in front of us, uh, most of the teams that have spots, yes, Spinx could go to G2, but that would leave Heavy God out to I don't know where, and he's a very good player. Someone should pick him up. Um, Maybe he goes to, if that happens, I don't even want to talk about that right now because that's so much to talk about. Um, but, you know, Spinx doesn't really have anywhere to go at this moment in time. A lot of this stuff hasn't updated, but the only place, in my opinion, that he could go of and that I've thought of is Complexity, which he's not going to go to Complexity. There's no possible way. Okay? I would, eat my own words if he did, but there's no way. And also, maybe Cloud9. Like, I don't know where he could go. There's, like, you look at these top 20 teams, there's nowhere he could fit in. Nowhere. And this is one of the best riflers in the world. And he might just have to sit a season because no one has an open spot for him. And he just said, oh, he's officially now off the roster. I don't know where he's going to go. No one knows where he's going to go. I don't think there's been a lot of news about him. I mean, if we'll go to his player tab, um, yeah, there's been no news about him joining a team. So I don't know what could happen. I don't know where he could go. And like I said, the only place that would make sense at this moment in time, and it doesn't make sense, is complexity. Um, so I just like there's just I don't really understand the reason why he should have, left because he was given the opportunity to explore options, but he didn't have to. I think that is what the case was. Yet he just is just there's no team for him at the moment. Like I don't know where he can go. So we'll see what ends up happening. Maybe he goes to Cloud9. That's might be the reasonable, option. But in my opinion, if I were him, I wouldn't do it. So we'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, that would be the video for me today. I don't think there's much more to talk about. Payne, I guess, just added Davideus. That's not in here, but they did. Um, yeah, that's about it. For transfers, I'm going to college, so videos probably won't be as consistent, but I'll try to upload them as much as I can. But yeah, I appreciate everyone sticking around at the end. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, evening, whatever time it is. But yeah, thank you for sticking around. Everyone have a great rest of your night. I'm repeating myself, sorry, but yeah, have a great day.